Tired of being a receptionist and a secretary in the office, she flipped her life around to become one of the most powerful women in the tech industry. This is the story of Susan Wojcicki.
Susan Wojcicki was born on July 5, 1968 in Santa Clara, California. She grew up with her mother, father, and two sisters on the campus of Stanford University, where her father taught physics. Wojcicki began working at a young age, doing it all from selling lemons with her sisters to neighbors, to writing for her high school newspaper, to being a receptionist at a garbage company. After graduating from high school in Palo Alto, she attended Harvard University, where she studied humanities. During her senior year, Wojcicki found a temp job where she worked as a receptionist at a small tech startup. This motivated her to not only take computer science classes, but to also find a career in technology. Wojcicki moved back to Palo Alto in 1998 after graduating from Harvard, where she was looking for tenants to rent out her and her husband's home. She was in charge of marketing the Google name, but found inspiration to take over YouTube after working on a project called Google Videos, which was Google's video streaming service that was similar to YouTube.
Wojcicki made two of Google's biggest purchases in the company's history, one of which included YouTube. YouTube was already a well-established company, so they wouldn't fit with the type of companies Alphabet was trying to invest in.
Wojcicki is a self-made entrepreneur with a net worth of over $410 million. Being Google's 16th employee hired back in 1999, she was a huge influence on acquiring YouTube in 2006 from Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Jawan Karim for about $1.65 billion. The company from then on has skyrocketed and is now worth over $90 billion.
In a tech conference hosted by the New York Times, Wojcicki stated that YouTube has a social responsibility to advance the greater good of humanity and promote tolerance. She acknowledged influencers on the site and YouTube's Creators for Change, ambassadors who tackle social issues through their content. Issues include xenophobia, hate speech, and extremism. An ethical issue surfaced with YouTube's policy of demonetization, where only content deemed appropriate would be able to receive ads. This has led to issues regarding censorship, especially as YouTube is a platform to express ideas. This policy revolving ad-friendly material is still ongoing.
Because Google purchased YouTube in 2006, an investment in YouTube would require an investment in Google. Google announced in 2004 that they would go public. Their IPO was $85 a share and took place on August 19, 2004, selling 2.5 million shares and generating $1.9 billion of revenue. In 2014, owners of Google, Sergey Brin and Larry Page, split the Google stocks after creating the parent company Alphabet Inc. Alphabet's largest subsidiary is Google, which controls the internet-based services the company offers. They also own other companies such as Capital G, an investment company, X, a research and development company, as well as Calico, a biotech company. The splitting of Google stocks resulted in a Class A, B, and C option. Class A and C are traded publicly, with Class A priced at a premium, as Class A shareholders get voting rights, while Class C owners do not. Class B was meant for directors and executives such as Brin, Page, or Wojcicki. It is likely that Wojcicki owns many Class B stocks.
Wojcicki took over the reins of YouTube in 2014. She's been featured on every catalog out there such as Forbes, Time, Fortune, etc. Since then, she has been called the most powerful person in tech and the most important person in advertising.
Because Wojcicki was in charge of marketing for Google, she had to dissect on a specific target market. When she asked the Google CEOs, Sergey Brin and Larry Page, who she should target, they simply responded, anyone and everyone. Despite her limited budget, she created a way to make Google a universal search engine by implementing Google search bars within major websites. Today, Google is widely accepted as a gateway to information on the internet. She then carried her marketing skills learned at Google over to YouTube, where she envisioned a video sharing platform that anyone could use. After watching a short video of two college students in Asia lip-singing to the Backstreet Boys song I Want It That Way on Google Videos, she realized that there were creative people all over the world who, through YouTube, could film, produce, and share their own video content, whether they were comedic, informative, or just instructional. As Google became a renowned search engine, YouTube became an established video sharing service, both of which are easily accessible, user-friendly, and globally recognized.
In 2010, YouTube launched a nonprofit program which would give users unique features to help raise money for certain charities. Today, video is considered one of the greatest ways to share a story, raise awareness, and spread word. As a YouTube nonprofit program partner, one would have exclusive features to reach out directly to a global audience, such as the ability to use donation cards on videos or the rights to film or edit videos at YouTube studios.
Because Wojcicki grew up on a college campus where her neighbors were Stanford professors, she was raised to follow a passion and stick to it, regardless of what people said, the time it took to pursue it, or how to feel. She is a visionary and has the guts to follow through with her vision. Our group chose Susan Wojcicki because we find bold leaders like her inspiring. She is an open-minded problem solver, saying during a New York Times interview, "We've made up all these rules along the way, so we can make up more. We can change, we can evolve, we can say no, that doesn't make sense. If you see something that isn't working, fix it." A common saying at Google was, "Act like an owner." It was meant to encourage employees and managers to take responsibility, to own up to their problems, and to find a solution. Despite her ability to prioritize problem solving when she is at work, we found Wojcicki's management style appealing because she accepts that she is a human being before she accepts that she is a CEO. She also always gets home in time to have dinner with her 4 kids and her husband, and encourages her employees to do the same.